I have two observations that I want to share with you. One is the emergence of an entirely new network. Okay? The original concept of media network is one of a broadcast network, right? So in a traditional broadcast network, there's a central tower that beams something, and everybody around it, gets it at the same time. It's a perfect example of top-down control. But in a world where you can access any content, anytime, anywhere, you start relying on a different type of network, an audience network. Okay? And audience networks can be everywhere. It's a circle of friends on Facebook. It's a celebrity that you follow on Twitter. It's everybody who likes Fellini's 8.5 on MUBI. And that emergence of a new network is a very key observation. Right? And two, this revolution has nothing to do with technology. Okay? It's very seductive, isn't it, to think the evolution of digital media from, and the TVs from black and white to color to digital to HD. But except that it doesn't work like that. And why in this world of Blu-ray discs and high definition videos and high fidelity audio, people are watching hours and hours of content on Netflix and Hulu and MUBI. Because revolutions in media are rarely based on linear improvements in technology. It is ignited when people start behaving differently. Okay, and how did this change so suddenly? It has to do with momentum. New patterns of behavior often build to a point of criticality followed with a massive state change. That's called the cliff effect for the socialists here. And it is the reason why digital media evolution may play out to be much faster than a lot of people think. The problem with predicting such change sometimes is that it might seem like a step backwards, like watching videos on YouTube, but it's actually a step in an entirely new direction. So where will this lead us? I mean, to find the answer, one must really look at how it's been. I described the media industry until recently as a factory. What happens in a factory? In a factory, media was a shrink-wrapped product, that is designed and built for mass consumption. Okay, and here everyone's job in the production process was clear. Studio bigwigs would decide what movie to produce. And distribution deals would be cut over lunch at the Hotel du Cap over a glass of rosé, right? And a handful of editors in trade magazines and newspapers would decide, what's good. Then when everything is ready, distributors in studios would use their carefully controlled relationships to distribute the content, and the marketers would have the not so interesting job of convincing the public what they should watch and in which window they should watch it. And it was good while it lasted. Then at some point, boom, okay, the factory exploded. That, although not everyone in LA would admit. But if you look carefully, things are a little certain for the factory model right now. The TV viewing figures started to fall. DVD sales plateaued in the West, completely fell off the cliff in Asia. Piracy increased. It became a lot more difficult to limit distribution to particular windows and geographies, right? And that's Liechtenstein's explosion, by the way. It's going up in Tate Modern in London next month for 3 months if you happen to be there. And this is my key point. There is no point in fighting the future. Okay? Formats, rights, playback limitations aside, people will always find a way. And this is not about breaking the rules as well. It's just a symptom of the media regime that is not adjusting to the consumer behavior.